Toxic zombies, also known as blood eaters, also known as Forest of Fear, also known as the Dromax Derangement, is a 1980 horror B-movie, and is directed, written, produced, edited, and stars Charles McCran. Geez, that was a lot of commas. Our story starts off with a young lass bathing in the woods with her norks out. She barely has her blouse back on, before two FBI assholes put a bullet through her neck. But they're not just out shooting girls for the hell of it, oh no, these two plaid dickheads are looking for a group of pot-growing hippies, who are reported to be in the area. Now these hippies aren't as peaceful as you'd imagine, they're not exactly the kumbaya, by the open fire type. Instead they murder the FBI guys when they discover one of their own is brown bread. As a consequence, the hippies decide it's probably time to pack up their devil's lettuce, and make a move. The last thing they need is more feds breathing down their neck. Meanwhile, some corrupt government suits plan a way to stop these hippies in their tracks. Their scheme involves spraying the precious crops with a deadly weed killer, known as Dromax, and if some of the chemical lands on the hippies? Even better. They employ the services of a dysfunctional alcoholic, to pilot the plane that will carry out their devious doings, and the stage is set. What could possibly go wrong? The following morning, a bunch of the hippies set out to bag up their Mary Jane, and are engulfed in a cloud of lethal white powder. To say they're a bit miffed about the situation, is an understatement, and they clamber around, desperate for anything to rid them of their nausea. The pilot, on the other hand, doesn't seem that arsed. He's got his booze, so he's happy. A day passes, and the hippies' symptoms worsen. They just lay around doing bugger all, a bit like stoned hippies, but this is worse. They're unresponsive, and quickly transforming into something evil. One of them lashes out at the team leader, and the hippies, unaffected by the deadly chemical, are hunted down by their bloodthirsty accomplices. Elsewhere in the forest, a family of 4 settle into their camping area, and explore the surrounding wildlife, and a small group indulge in some idyllic fishing. Lovely jubbly. So there we have it. A gaggle of pot-growing hippies, transformed into flesh-eating zombies, a family camping trip, and some people out for a spot of fishing. Will the people in the woods outrun the flesh-eating zombie hippies? Will the FBI agents catch up with the flesh-eating zombie hippies? Basically, just, flesh-eating zombie hippies. Toxic Zombies is apparently responsible for beginning the subgenre of redneck zombie movies that thrived during the 1980s, but that doesn't mean it's any good. Its inclusion on the UK's list of banned video nasties gives it a tiny bit of fame, but it's hard to see why, watching it in present day. The special effects are very cheap and basic, and of course there's a few gory scenes. You don't get on the video nasties list otherwise. The violent scenes, which look like the actors are splattered in red paint, haven't aged well, but are pretty laughable to be fair. Especially the scenes where a hand is cut off and when one of the zombies gets a knife in the eye. To achieve the toxic zombie look, all you need are some dark shadows under your eyes, and some corn flakes stuck on your face. If you don't get the chance to see Toxic Zombies, don't worry, you're literally missing nothing. I started to lose interest about halfway through, and by about 2/3 through, I was completely detached from its convoluted plot. Part of its issue is that new characters are introduced throughout the story, so much so, that it's hard to care. So, hippies chasing each other, then, oh wait, who are these guys? Oh yeah, back into a government office, now there's couple having a bit of slap and tickle, now this is that guy's brother, and who on earth are these douchebags? Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. The acting, if you can call it that, is embarrassing at best. It seems like this would be a good movie if you were just starting out, maybe as a practice run. I'm sure some of the so-called actors may have left this one off their CVs. I did actually enjoy the alcoholic pilot's short story, and once he became a zombie, he really left an impression. His slow menacing walk, and demonic stare, really captured the essence of what being a zombie should be. However, his wife was less pleased to see his transformation, and after hurling some choice expletives and harsh home truths, they fight to the death, in an almost romantic finale. In conclusion, I would recommend giving this one a miss. Nonetheless, I have to give respect to McCran, for his one-man vision, and all of his involvement on this movie. He sadly lost his life during the September 11th terrorist attacks, but left his mark on the world with this video nasty. Thank you so much for checking out this video, and check out more reviews, if you have nothing better to do. Cheers babes.